What was that?
Doesn't matter
What was that?
Doesn't matter.
Good evening. Good evening.
Doesn't matter.
It is Club Call. So if you are a Premier member, get in touch. Put your points across. Entertain us. Do whatever. It's your show for the next hour and a half. So
Do it.
take it away. Take it away. Y'all. I mean, you know, if you want to talk about anything we spoke about at lunchtime,
Do it.
on the live, do it. Do it.
Some very good stuff over on Toffee TV Premier Daily Live Extra at 1 o'clock. But you'd only have seen that if you were on Toffee TV Premier.
Of course.
Some of the revelations that were discussed, you know, that conversation we had about the new away kit and third kit.
Nice.
Tell you what,
It was nice, y'all.
very surprised by the colour choices, but those people would only find out by watching Toffee TV Premier.
I mean, it's facts, but
It's fact.
there's no reason to carry on with it.
No, we're not going to, no, because it's exclusive content, Circle of Trust content. Circle of Trust content. That, you know, they would only
There you
know
go.
if they were watching, if they joined Toffee TV Premier to find out what the new colours of the home, away and third kit were.
What about the TKA coach, Vincenzo Montella?
What about
There's some cracking coach names in here. Willie Sagnol's in there, remember him? French right back. He is the head coach of. Where's it gone? Someone.
head coach of somebody?
No, I've seen it before.
Oh my God, this is why the people tune in.
I've seen it before. Just bear with. Bear with. He's here somewhere. Sergei Rebrov is Ukraine's head coach.
Yeah.
What a player. Till he went to Spurs. Big Willie Sagnol, where have you gone? Where have you gone, Big Willie?
Thanks, Emma. It was a pleasure showing you all the new Everton home, away and third kits and goalkeeper kits over on Toffee TV Premier. It was a real pleasure to show you them all and leak them all to you all. You know.
Dragan Stojkovic, Serbia manager.
Is he Dragon Den's brother?
You know Dragan Stojkovic, don't you?
Of course I do.
But he is Dragon's Den's brother, yeah. Where's Big Willie? Silvino's the Albania manager, former Arsenal left back. Not Albania head coach.
That's right.
Obviously Spalletti, Italy.
What is the point of this conversation?
I'm just trying to remember who Willie Sagnol was is the head coach of, because it's disappeared. It's on me.
What's it got to do with anything?
Me research. It hasn't actually got anything to do with anything other than now. It's that thing, you know, when something's bugging you,
Yeah.
and you go, "No, I need to find it."
Yeah.
Because it is now. And even when I find it, it's not even going to be interesting, but it's going to scratch that itch that I've got.
The Georgian coach you're talking about?
He's the Georgian coach,
Yeah.
Willie Sagnol. Belter.
Should have just said that in the first place.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. Big news.
Quietly.
Big
Till,
Big news.
it was.
Sit here quietly till someone
Till someone
calls.
rings.
Yeah, just going to sit here quietly.
Could be, you know. What about Roberto Martinez?
Portugal
I just
manager.
said what about him.
Portugal coach.
I just said what about him.
Big tournament for him, isn't it? Because he botched the last one.
They haven't lost the game
Yeah.
since he took over.
Yeah, but that's like, remember when we had that boss pre-season when we never lost and then we
But
lost?
Belgium haven't lost the game since Dominic Tedesco took over. So
So who's the real winner?
make of that what you will.
So who's the real winner here?
The real winner is Vincenzo Montella, who is the TKA manager, head coach. Yeah.
How do you pronounce TKA nowadays?
TKA.
Okay.
Just exactly how I pronounce it then.
Because the Czech Republic is now like Czechia, isn't it?
Czechia or Czechia.
Yeah. These people with their new
Slovakia and Czechia.
Yeah.
But
Of course,
Czechia, Slovakia.
of course, we all know that he changed the name of the UK to a right.
Could be facts, that. Could be facts. Could be facts.
It's a bit quiet at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing going on
It's
in
a bit quiet,
the world of Everton, isn't
in the
it?
world of Everton, but you know that's where people can ring in and change that and get some talking points and obviously the title of the show is, does Moshiri need to appoint a new CEO on board?
Is he gonna though?
Well, don't forget about is he
sell it.
going to, because that's a mute in this conversation. It's whether he needs to is more of a thing, isn't it? You know, that's like saying, should Sean Dyche buy a new right back or should he buy a new left midfielder? You know he's not. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't have our say on the situation. So
Yeah, but how would it look? Not the right back or the left winger. how would it look
Yeah.
if, like, how would he appoint a new CEO and a new board, and then say, for argument's sake, then he sells the club next
Because
week, and the new owners go, yeah,
because
we've
the
got
club,
our own, mate.
because number one, we didn't, we sort of got told we were getting taken over in September, and it didn't happen. So we've had, what is it, a 3-man board and an AI running the club for the last 9 months.
Yeah.
So therefore, wouldn't it be better if we did appoint a proper board consisting of maybe people who are already at the club? I think someone from the Fab should be on it as representation, and bring in a couple of maybe non-executives, and then a CEO, like I said the other day, somebody who, well, certainly a chairman, someone who can help Everton steer us in the right way. And it be, because surely doesn't it have to be business as normal? It can't be we're in this holding pattern. Everything is temporary till we get a new owner. Because what if there's no one forthcoming in the short term, and then everything has to take a while anyway? Surely Everton should be working on the notion that that mightn't happen. We mightn't get taken over.
Yeah, but they obviously are getting taken over.
Yeah, but they're not, though, are they? They're not, as in, like, nobody's bought the football club, so shouldn't everything be business as normal? Any normal business wouldn't sit there with a board basically twiddling their thumbs waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, but
surely it has to be business as normal till it's not business as normal.
I don't think you can appoint CEOs and boards when you are about to sell. We'd be in exactly the same boat then. We'd appoint a CEO on a board. People wouldn't be happy with it. The new owners would take over, and then we'd say they need to put their new people
and that's
in place.
fine.
But you're not going to have a CEO for 2 months and then
It's not going to be 2 months, is it? It's not going to. Colin Chong's been our CEO for 9 months.
I know, but that's because the other lot.
Yeah, but he has been. You've got to work on the presumption. Surely, you've got to work on the presumption that nothing is going to change in the short term, because as we sit here right now, we are dependent on someone buying our club. Surely we need the best people working behind the scenes right now and not just waiting. And when you wouldn't go headhunting a CEO but there are plenty of people out there that could be put in who would be delighted to be put in as Everton's CEO, knowing it was a short-term gig. In fact, they might find it more attractive because it's a short-term gig.
Colin might be very good.
But doesn't he need at least a board to back him up and not a...
They'll say, Moshiri will say he's got a board.
He hasn't got a board.
Him, John Spellman, Colin.
That's not a board.
And there's one, Richard Kenyon.
That's not a board.
No, well, that's what he will say.
That's not
our board. No, but surely you know what I'm saying.
No.
No. Okay.
No, don't know what you're saying. No.
It's a similar argument, this, to me, to Lewis Warrington being released.
No, it's not.
It's exactly the same.
How is it the same?
Because people making, losing their heads on social media and stuff, because players who a coaching decision is being made. But they don't think they're good enough. But we need to see them for.
But that's a decision being made by people who are in place and who have got jobs that are there and they're making the right jobs. I mean, our board and our CEO are temporary. That's literally
our owner.
But that's literally in there.
Yeah, but our owner might be thinking these are all good.
I know, but you can't. But they're temporary. So make it a permanent board then.
He's not going to make
and
it
add a couple of people to it.
He's one of them, and John Spellman's the other.
Yeah, so get a permanent one in then.
I don't think it makes any difference.
I do, because if you get proper people in to run the football club, what if no one ever buys us? Are we just going to sit like we are now and go, we're waiting for someone to buy us and no one turns up? How does that work? How does that work when you've got a fella in charge who isn't the CEO, who's got another role at the football club? You've got a board that, again, is just sitting there twiddling its thumbs in a holding pattern. Surely it has to be business as normal at Everton Football Club now that 777 have gone. It has to be back to getting the most out of the stadium and the transition.
There must be a reason why he's not, mustn't there?
Yeah, there must be, but it's because they're working on the presumption, like you're indicating, that someone's going to swoop in and take us over. But surely that can't be a way of doing things. Yeah. Surely it's got to be, this might never happen. We need the best people at our football club. I just find
No, but I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm doing is playing the old advocate. I'm just saying, like, why?
You're just being Ned. Also, with Moshiri, it allows Moshiri to take a backseat, knowing that there are people who can do the job. And there might be people at the football club right now who can step into those roles, who can add something to a board that can help them make decisions. It doesn't have to be external, although you'd want someone maybe in the CEO role to be an external person to come in to maybe help shake the club up a little bit as it goes forward. And as I said, I imagine there are people out there that are, sort of at the other end of their working career, who could come in and do that job and be, maybe they're in like advisor roles right now, and if you say to them, we'd like you to come in and be a CEO, but of course it's going to be...
What about John Blaine?
No, I'm actually not someone like John Blaine, because how
Terry Leahy.
So someone like him, I think, would be the kind of candidate you would look at.
What about like AJ Bell? Why hasn't he done it? Evertonian.
Because I think that he's still very much an active person within his own businesses, and I know he sold a lot of shares recently in one of us, and that led to a lot of rumour about him going forward. But why? Yeah, but I mean, why not be someone like that? Why not be someone like that? I just feel like the club can't sit and wait. Just can't sit and waiting for something to happen. When it just seems counterproductive for me. I think we're a football club. We're ongoing. Decisions have to be made. Decisions have to be taken out of Farhad Moshiri's hands in many ways. And I think he's preferred it like that in recent months. And I think everything just feels very temporary at Everton. And I think that sends the wrong message to the fan base, because if you are, in many ways, if you're sitting in, you are, you have this temporary nature about you. What does that say to the fan base? It's saying, oh yeah, don't you worry. We're waiting to be, taken over. I don't know. I just think personally it gives off the wrong impression. I just like to see us be a little bit more proactive in saying, yeah, we'd like to be bought, but at the same time we're making strides to go forward and try and improve the football club we've got right now, and that might help facilitate new owners to come into the football club. The club people on the outside might be looking at the situation going, these are doing everything they can. They are business as normal. Whereas at the moment it just feels everything is temporary at Everton. Everything. I don't know if that's a good look, but I'm sure people will tell me otherwise.
No, but that's where we are, isn't it? That's where we are right now. Everything feels temporary. It feels like someone just said it's like we've been in
lingo. It does feel like we're in lingo, doesn't it, Ned?
Is that what he said? You tell me Ned. He hasn't said lingo. That's something.
Feels like we're in lingo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why haven't you got your camera on? I'm doing well. So? People want to see your beautiful face.
Nick it says the last few years feels like we're living in a reality TV show where the viewers just keep voting to shaft us. We didn't know how lucky we were in the mid-2000s.
Is this just getting played out on LFC TV?
Must be, mustn't it?
And Anton Decker in the back.
But that's how it feels like, doesn't it? Because it's not... we're just... Basically, we are just bobbing, not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Just treading water, and it's just grim.
Yeah.
Absolutely grim.
But 7 in total lingo.
I don't know. It's depressing.
And the longer you're in lingo, You know,
Totally in lingo.
you don't want to be in.
Is what
lingo
Wormy
for too
Spoons has
long.
said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carla says, we want to see Ned's hair. Has he got the salt spray in it yet?
I've used it, yeah.
Well, he was supposed to go and get a cut the other day, and he never got a cut, and now he just looks like a hobo.
Toffee Boy says, thoughts on Castori?
Well, if you'd watched Toffee TV earlier, you would have seen all the kits, and you'd know all about our thoughts on Castori because it's over on Toffee TV Premier. But of course, you got to be a member to be over there, and you would have got to see all the kits and delightful they are as well. Right, we've got a Fletcher still there. Okay, no, because you.
Oh, right, so you're just introducing someone without saying you've got to get.
No, you put his name up, and now you've took it off.
Now you've got to.
How would we know?
Imagine.
Yeah, I know, but Baz wasn't concentrating at that
That wasn't
moment.
it to do with concentrating. I'm reading comments because there's nothing going on, trying to direct the show, while the other fella is messing with his sea salt hair, and while you're saying nothing.
I feel like I've been saying quite a lot.
Yeah, nothing like directing me towards a caller, though.
No, because I was giving you an opportunity to get whatever you needed out of your system.
I don't think he's still there now.
Fletcher's
There's nothing
gone.
in my system.
Are you there, Fletcher?
I can't
I
hear
mean,
him,
very
Fletcher.
much.
No,
What's
he's-
not in my system is the headphone that's not in my ear, but one will do. I don't need two of them.
Is he not there?
No, he must have gone.
Where's he gone?
Fair play.
How's he gone?
I don't know where he's gone. What are you
Where's he
doing?
gone?
Only one thing.
Well, it's on the floor now. What is going on? Emma says that have you got a big perm, Ned?
No,
Why didn't you put your camera on?
because I'm busy.
I'll tell you what, right?
I'm not
put-
to shave it.
Put your camera on. Just put your camera
Can't
on.
wait to have a shave to be
Put your camera on.
honest.
Put your camera on. I demand it as a boss.
I'm turning it off when I'm doing my work.
No, you're not. Put your camera on.
I've got work to do.
Put your camera on. Put your camera on.
I'm trying to find it.
Put your camera on.
1, 2,
Oh my god, you're an absolute muppet.
ready.
Ned, that doesn't work.
The fella with the
Ned, that doesn't work.
Don't worry about it. It will
Oh,
work.
you're a muppet.
Don't worry.
Toffee boy says how much is Premier these days? It's £3.50 a month. It's a bargain. It's less than a cup of coffee. Certainly less than a pint of beer. Especially less than a
Less
pint
than
of.
a coffee in any. If you want to go and have a coffee in a coffee shop.
Yeah. It's so goddamn cheap.
Costs you more than that to get a coffee here.
Laying on these are crap. I'm with them.
No, you just don't know how to use them.
Not really. They're just terrible.
No, they're not. It's what all the best people wear. I see. Look, not an issue.
Definitely.
I never have an issue. It's just people with old thumbs. Ned, put that camera on now before I burst your head.
Is that everything? That's it, is it?
There you go. There you go. So have we not got Fletcher?
He's there, but there's no audio.
Fletcher, you're letting us down, mate. You're letting us all down. You're letting the country down. You're totally stuck in lingo.
In lingo, though.
You completely let us down.
When was this lingo said?
It was said last week.
I never said they're stuck in lingo as in like limbo. I said they're probably having a game of lingo.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm just fixing it because you put it on the wrong way.
I never took it off.
Whoever put the thing on it, put it on the wrong.
The thing never came off.
If you say so. Emma says Premier's worth it just for Ned on round the tower.
Yeah.
Because I've got nice legs.
Terrifying, he is. Terrifying.
Just because I thought the thing. Did you say?
Stephen Lee says off topic, what do you think of the Eminem Houdini music video? If you've seen it?
No,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, yeah, he's got a new song out, hasn't he?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No.
Let's have a look if what our Premier members are saying.
Probably talking about the Castori kits.
You are going to have to put the kits on them.
They're already on there.
You can't lie.
They're
No,
just.
you can't lie. You
No,
can't lie.
they're only on there for the top tier.
You can't lie.
They're only on there for the top
can't
tier.
lie.
The £100 tier.
Robert says Ned looks like a ginger Messi. Doesn't play like one, I can assure you. Mike Rafferty says I heard Moshiri's going into water polo after he sells Everton. This is why Baz was in Monaco. Wasn't in Monaco last week. He met me in Cos. He came to me. Joe Max says, "Hi lads, on the back of the Champions League final last weekend, it got me to thinking, would you trade one of our league titles for the European Cup? And if so, what league title would you trade?"
One of them?
For the European Cup.
I'd trade
the one in like about 1900 scratch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can hear Fletcher. Is it Fletcher? Yeah.
Someone working out.
Can you hear me now, yeah?
Go on, Fletch.
Hi, Fletch.
Go on.
Good evening.
Oh, here we go. Happy days. Here we are. So, right, nothing can happen now until we get a new owner in place. But after that, right, we need to start thinking about the character of the club and what we want to be as a club. Basically, we need to go through the board, right, and we need to understand it with each individual member of the board who has got the best attributes in terms of thinking competitively and thinking about what we want to be as a club. We need to be.
Absolutely. I agree with where Fletch was going.
Fletcher was going,
cut out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'll come back to you now, Fletch. Mark says, oh, he's back.
Hear me now.
Go on. Can hear you now. Go on. Carry on.
Can you hear me now? Sorry,
yeah, we can.
Sorry, mate, I locked my screen. Where was he up to? Right, we've got to start thinking competitively in terms of challenging for Europe, challenging for the Champions League, and eventually challenging for the league. Because we've got to go through, literally, it's going to be a painstaking motion of, right, this candidate, this member of the board, are they suitable for Everton Football Club or are they not? We need to get rid of the Bill Kenwright mentality and start thinking higher.
Your lock screen's gone again, Fletch.
What's he doing? Change the settings on his
phone.
phone.
Not in the medium term, but in the long term, that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, we cut out the miss segment, but
that's all right. I get you. I get your point. You're right. You're right, mate. We've got to start getting people in.
And that's for merchandising as well, though. Baz, that comes to everything to do with the club. Because realistically now, Everton, it's quite dull in terms of the merchandise, in terms of what you can actually buy.
Yeah, it's all of it, mate. It's that.
We've got to reinvigorate the club. We've got to restore like the integrity in terms of basically aiming as high as possible.
Yeah, and
that goes to everybody across the board. That goes for everybody at the club. We need to start thinking without me sound like I've got my head in the clouds. We've got to we need to re-envisage Everton from the 80s. That's where we want to be. Re-envisage Everton from the 80s. That's where we want to be. That is where we want to be at the highest level competing. So we've got to painstakingly go through the board and ask each individual member, are they capable of getting Everton where they ought to be? And it's going to take time.
A whole lot of spending. No, it is. It is going to take time.
A whole lot of spending. I was speaking about the FFP before, Ped. I think I just wish we were capable of spending the money we've got.
We haven't got any money, mate.
That's the only way we're going to break into the Super Six.
Whoa! What money? We haven't got any money.
Well, Moshiri's skinned now, but he hasn't always been skinned, has he?
I know, but we haven't got any money now. Like Moshiri's been cut off, so we haven't got any money now. Yeah. So
he hasn't always been cut off, though. He's always had money to spend, and we've not really spent it wisely. But we need to start spending the money wisely and better, come up with better efficiencies for the club as well. Better efficiencies for the club as well. And it's going to take a fine comb. It's going to take going through the board, like I said, and each individual member think, right, have they ever won a Champions League? Have they ever won a Europa League? Have they ever won a Conference League? Have they ever won a Premier League? Are they aiming to do those things? Then if the answer is no, then they shouldn't be on the board.
To be honest, mate, what I would say is...
CEO.
What I would say... These will all be gone, mate. If someone takes over our football club, there'll be no one who's on our board.
As long as we get fine replacements. Like, I don't think the current CEO was a decent replacement for Marcel Brands. I think it was a step down. Red Bull in the United States, it's like, well, hold on a minute.
He's not the CEO. Fletcher, he's not the CEO.
He means the director of football.
He's not the CEO. He's the director of football.
Yeah,
he's the director of football.
It's like, ask yourself a simple question. Can these candidates compete? And if the answer is no, can these candidates compete? And if the answer is no, then they shouldn't be on Everton Football Club board. We should be fighting for everything. We should be scoping everything. We should be reinvigorating everything. The merchandise, the fan base, everything.
No, listen, you're right. It's just that what will happen is if someone comes in, they'll just
side you, won't they? They always do. It's always steady as she goes. No ambition, no aspiration, no inspiration.
I think whoever came in, mate, would
aspiration, no
blitz
inspiration.
Everything.
It's always like, that'll be small Everton club mentality. That's where I agree with Rafa Benitez when he called us a small club, because when it comes to the merchandise, when it comes to the actual, like, the kits and things like that, right, they should be thinking more.
The problem is, mate,
in terms of shaping the club.
The problem is, though, it's almost a chicken and an egg in many ways with our football club, because
not really. It's about
it is, mate. It is. Let me just finish my point. Right, when it comes to things like kits, right, and stuff like that, our fans don't buy gear, so therefore we don't get. No, they don't, mate. They don't. Our fans don't buy kits, mate. They just don't. They don't. You go. I said the last game of the season, I was at Arsenal, and every single person had something Arsenal on. It just doesn't happen at our football club. So what happens
you always wear something, though. You always see
don't, mate. I don't. I never wear Everton gear to the match. Baz never wears Everton gear to the match. Ned never wears Everton gear to the match.
You should.
No, why should I?
It's just an honest question.
No, honestly, I'm just. But that's the point. Is that
if it was there, I think people would definitely buy
but they don't, mate. And this is the point I'm trying to make, is that you have to create markets for people to buy them. So, but the problem is that if people don't buy them, I'm with you, mate. I agree. I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is that we get given crap, right? So no one buys it. So then they don't make it for us. It's the same with the kits. We get a bad kit deal because people
always seem to get a bad kit deal. Like,
I know, but the problem is, though, mate, is that, like, Newcastle have just got a kit deal with Adidas because they know all their fans will buy all of their kits and will wear all of their gear. So the kit deal is bigger. And they get a good brand, where we don't get good brands.
When we had Nike, I was wearing Nike Everton stuff all the way through it, and it was absolutely a dream. But, like,
I know, mate, but the stuff was rubbish, though.
Merchandise and things like that.
But the stuff was rubbish. Even with Nike, the stuff was rubbish. Everton had to buy
it. It was Nike.
I know, but that's not enough for some people, though. Everton had to buy. True. Everton had to buy a load of the Nike gear themselves and get the badges put on themselves. The Nike deal was rubbish. It was like Sunday League kits. That's what I'm saying. It's
like having everything be recognisable.
I know, but it's
chicken. That is Everton gear.
It's chicken and egg, mate. Really is chicken and egg, and I'm not.
No, but I reckon if you take the donkey down to the river, I think the donkey would drink.
But the problem is, mate, there isn't any proof of that because, as I said, is that Everton fans don't buy gear, and you have to create gear, and I'm with you on that. I'm with you. The stuff they make.
Hopefully, with the new stadium, things will change in that respect.
Because of course, because this is
Sky Vision, it's the ceiling all over again. It creates a higher ceiling for everything to do with the club.
This is an opportunity, of course. The stadium is a huge opportunity to reinvigorate the brand and reinvigorate and all that kind of thing.
It does need reinvigorating. It's like when it comes to the badge. It's like, I do like the badge. I do prefer it to the Kinder Price badge. But even then, I still think it could have been better. And I think it was rushed to do with the fact that it was wrong to change the badge in the first place.
Yeah.
But, like, everything just needs modernising. Everything just needs bringing into the 21st century, not the 90s.
And I think it will be. I think like the badge will like things like the badge will be simplified when we get to the new ground, and we've already been laying the.
I've redesigned the Everton badge. It's on my Facebook page.
Okay. Well, Everton have already laid.
Just to let you know.
Everton have already laid the breadcrumbs for the new badge. It's already the one we wear on the third. It's the one on the third kit, isn't it? That's what Everton will look to bring forward. Now, whether it happens,
I hope they go to something more 80s style, where it was like when even I touch of Carlo about it, but 80s style Everton badge. I think that's the best bet.
No, but the problem is, though, mate, is that as much as I love the badge from the 80s, everything is simplified now. Everything has to be some. But everything has to be.
It's got to work digitally. It's got to work digitally,
again, isn't it?
No, but
that's part of the vision.
But you're going backwards
when it comes to the badge.
But you're going backwards.
It's about making it simple.
But you're going backwards, aren't you?
Simplified.
But you're going backwards.
At the same time, does it represent our heritage?
I'll be honest, mate. I'm not asked about representing our heritage. I don't get all this getting stuck in the past, mate. I really don't.
It's about being proud to be a Blue, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but a badge doesn't make me proud to be a Blue. I know what we are. I know what our history is. The badge has to be.
But some people don't.
But then they're not Evertonians, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
But they could be Evertonians. They could be more, which at the end of the day is more money for Everton.
No, I know, but having a badge from the 80s isn't going to make someone an Evertonian, is it?
No, but it's going to be. But if it's a decent design and it's modern and it's fresh and it's crisp,
the only way.
Like I said, I redesigned the badge myself.
Let's be real. The only way people become Evertonians is for the team to start winning football matches and play good football and get good players.
That might be part of it. Part of the project.
Everything else is secondary, mate, honestly. Everton should have had a shield badge ages ago. It should have been a circular badge ages ago. If they really wanted to be...
I think the badge we've got
if they want to be... No, it's not. It's not. If you want to be modern, it should have been a round badge ages ago. But that's the way it is.
I don't know, I don't think we should follow the Aston Villa route, but I think the badge we've got is a good one.
Villa's new one, I think, is really, really good. I think it's really, really good. Because it's got to work. It's got to work digitally. That's the whole point.
I like last season's competitive nature of the badge.
You'll have to explain what that means to me, mate.
What do you mean, mate?
What I mean by to qualify for the Champions League, so that badge is a symbol. It's symbolic to the fact that they qualified for the Champions League and they've broken a glass ceiling there.
And the fans hated the other badge. That's why Villa have changed it.
That's what the fans want. That's what the fans want.
It's a new. You know what I mean? For Villa, it's a new. You're right in many ways because Villa have got a new kit deal.
Hopefully, it won't be a step backwards.
Well, no, listen, the Everton's next badge will be the badge that's on the third kit. That's the badge that they've introduced.
Just the tower on its own?
Yeah, that's the badge. Now,
I don't know, maybe on the kits, but overall, I think we should do what Liverpool do, where they have the badge and then they have the actual
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The badge, just the badge is how you Liverpool, you can identify Liverpool by just a live
I still think the shape of that water tower is wrong. It doesn't look anything like the original.
I know, but the tower isn't. The tower is, if you had it like the tower, you'd have the Fisher Price badge. The tower is tower
obviously, but the closer to the older version of that was what was more my liking. That to me represented what the tower is.
I know, but what
tower is.
But it's not a water tower, mate. So straight away, it's not even.
I do apologise.
It's not a water tower.
So, but
that's
my fault. Yeah,
no, I know what I'm saying. Straight away, you need a modernised version of something that identifies as Everton, and that's what we're saying. Liverpool just have the liver bird. You know, we've seen what Spurs have done with their badge. Manchester United can be identified just as the red devil.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
becoming more common doing that.
That because you have to be able to see something and go, like, if you looked at the Nike tick,
it's the iconography of it, isn't it?
If you look at the Nike tick, you know straight away that's Nike. You don't need Adidas now. Adidas is just, they've took the Adidas off because everyone knows what that is. You have to be able to look. Everton have been doing for the last 3 or 4 years, whether people all like it or not, has put that other badge into the consciousness of the fan base, of saying, but this is our badge. So other people, so if they decide one day to say this is our new badge, everyone will go, right, well, we know what that is straight away. They'll do what you said, by the way. They'll have a badge maybe for the kit and a badge that's like the overall Everton badge.
Yeah.
But they've been drip feeding it, and you're right.
That's about the circle badge loads of times.
They haven't got a circle badge.
No, they changed it to that, which is crap.
They had it for a year, didn't they?
Aston Villa, it's the new one. That's the new
The
badge.
new one's a shield.
Yeah, it's the same as the one they had in 2016. It's crap.
Basically, yeah.
The circle one's
so,
miles
it's modernized
better.
slightly, but it's the same principle.
Yeah, you just got Aston Villa written on it. It's the circular one. It's Aston Villa. They've had that on 4 separate occasions in their history. It's well better, but each to their own, isn't it?
It does represent who they are as a club, but at the same time, I still think it's a little bit mid-table tier as opposed to the round one, which is more like Chelsea, closer towards Chelsea.
That's it. The Villa one looks too much like Chelsea's. That's the problem. It looks too much like Chelsea, so therefore...
Chelsea, Chelsea copied Villa.
I know, but Chelsea are a much bigger club now.
Yeah.
So therefore, when people look at the Villa one, they'll get confused with Chelsea, won't they?
The two, won't
it's about having a brand identity, isn't it?
That's Man United's problem.
As an individual,
and we don't really have that problem because our badge or whatever is.
Our badge is beautiful. It's
completely.
What looks like an actual face.
But it's completely different. It's completely different to anybody else's, isn't it? That's the point. So we've got our own identity. We've got our own identity.
It's as British as Tetley Tea, honestly, right? And it's absolutely just the Everton badge is one of my favourite parts of Everton. I've sat there and I've studied that badge, and I just love it.
I'm not sure why it has to be British, but
well, it makes you proud to be British, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Nothing makes me proud to be British, but there you go.
Oh, fair enough.
Everyone to their own, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, good call, mate. Good call. There's things Everton have to change. You're absolutely right. Things that Everton have to go forward. Everton have to make little changes.
Just think higher in terms of each individual, every fine comb, every part of the club. We need to think higher.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, mate. You can't argue with that at all, mate. Absolutely.
No worries.
Nice one, mate. See you later. Mate. Take it easy. What would you like to see for the Everton badge? I like the new Villa one, and I can understand why they've changed it, because it is like Chelsea's. And I think they've lost that battle, sadly. Villa's is the original. We know that. But unfortunately, the way the world is now, people go, isn't that Chelsea? And you need that brand, don't you, to stand out straight away.
Aston Villa on, but Everton were criticised for Everton on there.
Well, I think this is very simplistic, though. Isn't it like the fact it's just got the one star, the line, and says Aston Villa. It's very simple. Everton's is like this. I don't know why Everton have 1878 in there for a start. I don't think it's needed. So for me,
Villa have got theirs 1874 in there.
I just don't think it's needed, to be honest. I think you can have a very, very simplised badge without that. I like the tower. I like just the tower, and I can see that just on the kit. But off the kit, I can see the whole badge. But I like just that tower on the kit. I think you shouldn't have to worry about having a big badge on it with loads of detail on it. I think you can have a very simple badge on your kit, because people should know straight away, shouldn't they? You know, when you're watching a game of football, who it is. There's enough stuff round the. You know, we switch on a game of footy, you know who's playing straight away in the Premier League.
I'll be honest, I don't really care.
No, but it's brand identity, isn't it? It is.
No, the tower, I'm fine with the tower. It's simple, it works, it's modern.
I think it should be a little bit bigger on the kits. So it does.
On that one, it's big. On the one from last year,
it's too small.
It got lost in the yellow.
Exactly.
If it'd been bigger, it'd have been better.
Exactly. It needs to be able to stand out. But
Pro Dream says the round Villa badge will always be the best. Yeah, absolutely. It's miles better than that thing they've got now. But that's the way it is, isn't it? Like Ped just said, if they're going to try to be identifiable and people might get it, because Chelsea have got a lion on there.
Yeah,
don't forget.
That's it. Sadly, they've lost that identity, haven't they? And you like that badge because that's the badge you grew up with. That was the 80s.
I wanted Evans of us, because Everton have had a circular badge. Don't forget it.
And the irony is, look at that. That one of the older Villa badges is the badge which is similar to ours. Funny enough, that one.
Oh, with the thing on,
with the Everton shield. Mm-hmm. Right, we've got Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, Beth.
Hello, right, mate. Go on, mate.
And my lord.
Go on.
You know, gone from a gated community to playing water polo. Oh, Barry, come on, my friend.
Water polo was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. I looked like I was in Cobra Kai.
Fair play.
The head thing on,
Yeah.
but
Fair play.
it's all good.
Fair
Tried
play.
to play it once, and it felt like playing football when you're drowned.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, mate. I'm probably
it's
not.
like when you're in school and they go down for the brick, and you're like, fuck, you know.
Oh no, go down for a brick in your pajamas.
I'll be honest, mate. I'm not the optimal height for water polo. I'll be perfectly honest, but still notched as normal. Put the ball in the net on regular occasion, as I did when I played. It's all good. What do you want to say anyway?
Mate. Well, mate, if you can stick the ball in the net on regular occasions, can you goal from forever, please?
There you go, mate. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. I'd still put the ball in the net.
Fair play.
But anyway, where are we up? Go on, Mike. What do you want to say, mate?
Not negative, mate. And, you know, at the end of the day, we've got a couple of weeks now until we have to start with the crap of watching and being disappointed again. So, you know, enjoy it while it's here. You know, it's like boating with both face with Ped. And it's like, right, mate, stop pulling out your negative crap. Mate, we're not going anywhere now. We've been here for 100 years. Trust me, we're not going anywhere.
No.
If anybody knows anything about Scousers, they know we never move.
Yeah. Apart from when we moved from Goodison. But no, you listen.
But that's mate. We moved from Anfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead then.
No,
we're gonna move again. Yeah,
exactly.
Go on. It means nothing at all where your house is. It's what you do while you're in your house, isn't it?
Well, that's it. That's the next stage, isn't it?
Well said, mate. It's thingy. At the end of the day, mate, those stories are just easy for them, aren't they? They're open goals, aren't they? Even if they're wrong, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story or a good bit of clickbait. And fair play to Sam Matterface for coming on, and him and Ped had a good chat, and, it was good. The real culprit in it all was Perry Groves.
Ped kept saying Matterface, and honest to God, I thought he was saying a piss out of somebody. Obviously, I don't watch that show.
Yeah.
So didn't know who he was.
Oh, okay.
Every time he said Matterface, I was thinking boating with both face.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking he was literally saying the piss.
No, he's a commentator on ITV. Does England games and stuff. Listen, he was there. He's held his hand up and said it could have been done better. The problem is, when Perry Groves is just throwing figures out there that are nonsense. So whether he's had a look himself or whether they've got some junior research kid who's basically got the attention span of Ned.
One of them school things.
And
one
just
of them school things we used to do when we were kids.
And they've read a blog from someone, with nonsense numbers, which we've all done over the last few months, crazy statements thrown out in all sorts of blogs, fronting as experts. Then that's what happens. Some fella who is a City fan, apparently, he's bounced himself up as some expert as well. It's easy to throw these figures around, isn't it? And those stations and newspapers or whatever will run with it.
Sorry. Obviously, I can't remember if you know what I do for a living. Don't get to catch up that often.
Yeah.
But did you say a Man City fan?
Apparently he's a City fan.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's like Al Qaeda coming out and going, oh, well,
No, but this is the thing, mate. You get people who will have a look when they'll come into their own for a little bit. It's like, Kieran Maguire is very good at what he does, but he's living the dream at the moment because of PSR. Because all of a sudden he's relevant. So therefore he's on everything. And then there'll be other things. There'll be people who, do something will happen in football for a bit and they'll become relevant. And it's all of that stuff. And when you can throw out mad numbers that make it sensationalised, that's like oxygen to the likes of talk, like other stuff and papers and bloggers and all that who thrive on that. The news of the world and all that.
I watched it once. I literally watched it once, and that dickhead from Crystal Palace was on it.
Right.
Jordan. Yeah.
What was she doing? Did she have her clothes on?
And it was just Oh, no, Simon Jordan,
okay, Simon
or
Jordan.
whatever the fuck his name is. And it was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Beep. It's before the 6 o'clock watershed.
How are you a football show, mate? Because you don't know nothing about football. You nearly bankrupted them. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is factually correct.
Actually,
he did nearly bankrupt them. But no, listen, you're right. It's not worth getting well. It's just the problem is there's been so many of them that, you know, Ped was right to take them to task over it because it's happened so many times and there's no one kind of coming out and going, yeah, but those numbers aren't real, so stop quoting it like as if it's the end is nigh and all that, you know what I mean? But listen.
Mate, I live in London. Tell them, give me a shout. I'll drive you down and show you the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that doesn't exist.
I love it when they say...
it literally doesn't exist.
I love it when they say, like, oh, you know, and when they build the new stadium. Like, it's built.
yeah.
It's built. They're just finishing it off. It is built. It is there. It's not, you know, it's not fucking Jimmy bleeding Conehead who bounced down. They didn't go to the right place.
Obviously, these people must have kids. They must have kids. Go to your child and go, get me on YouTube and type in Everton's new stadium.
Yeah. Exactly. That's too much effort for some of them now, mate.
Maybe if they let us into the new stadium, we could film it all and show everybody what it looked like.
That'd be lovely.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Imagine.
Yeah.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Probably have to wear shorts or something.
What to actually tell the fans what's going on? Yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. Rather than us all sitting there stressing.
Listen, it is what it is. We've just it's bumpy, it's horrible at the moment, of course, because they're having free shots. That's the most frustrating thing, is like people are taking free digs at you. Yeah. But hopefully we can...
Taking free digs at us after them fuckers over the park decided that they didn't want to be in the league anymore.
No, I know.
Everybody seems to have forgot that.
No, but they have, of course, because they have a lot of the media are supporters of Liverpool, Manchester United, etc.
It's dead easy now.
My kid's Chelsea. My kid's Chelsea, mate. Unfortunately, because I live in London, innit?
It's dead easy now. If anyone...
Use are getting it. Use are getting it. And he's going, and I'm going, use are getting it. Watch. Now, he's starting to panic now.
I love the fact that you're terroring your own kid.
His own kid. just pinning PSR stories up in his room.
Mate, he wanted to support Liverpool. Come on.
Oh my God. You've got him half. You've got half of it out of it. At least
mate, I had to say Chelsea, I'm really sorry.
At least they wear blue. Yeah, at least they wear blue.
Well, that's exactly what I said to him.
Now, what everyone should do now is, anytime something gets said on one of these shows, is make sure we put it out there and you know, make sure that the person involved knows that it's wrong. Because what Everton fans will do is, I said this to Mathew, is like, we'll sit round and we'll complain about our football club and have a chat, but if someone else starts talking about our football club and it's not factually correct, then we'll be on them. You know, we'll be on them. It's like your family, innit? You can call your brother something, but if someone else calls your brother something, then you're in there for a scrap, aren't you? So if someone says something that's wrong, because that was the point I was saying to Mathew. He's like, there's plenty of things you can talk about Everton that we'll agree with, but you've got to be truthful and you've got to be honest, and you can't sensationalise it. And it's got get in there. There's loads of stuff that needs to be spoken about at Everton Football Club. But if you're making stuff up about our football club, then we'll be the first to jump on you, whether we like the owner, don't like the owner, no matter what. We'll be all over you, because it's nonsense. To say that we owe 200 million on a stadium is just absolute nonsense. It's utter rubbish.
That's one of the things I do in my job. So realistically speaking, they go, is that factual? Then we have to dive down into it.
Yeah. No,
if it's not factual, why the hell aren't we suing them? The football club should be going, you're just chatting absolute crap, mate, and we're suing you for libel.
No, well, listen, the football club needs to just get its own house in order when it comes to media in its own way. So the idea of it going after somebody, and
it has reacted, contacted them, hasn't it, and all that. So they've pulled them up on it. But we're a free hit at the moment, and that's why we need this ownership thing sorted out so that other people can get put in place, the right people can get put in place in the media team at Everton and everywhere
I totally
else.
agree with you. John Blaine, are you listening? While you're in America, can you not like go round and ask somebody that you know in your big pot filler? Come on.
Oh, he may be.
I'll say because you can't.
No, maybe John is. Who knows? But there is plenty of people there, and we just need to get on. Get past this bit in our history. And
excuse the bleep, mate, but all we need is somebody that isn't a knobhead. Somebody that ain't gonna come in and think it's a toy. Because this is all these Premier League owners are doing at the moment. You think it's a frigging toy. You don't realise that they're literally screwing with everybody's. You're not just talking about the jobs, you're talking about communities. Communities that are around these grounds, the little shops. The bus driver, the train driver, it's now getting ridiculous.
Yeah, mate.
Come on, you were a social worker.
I know, mate.
Mental health for people.
Oh, mate.
Jesus Christ, just
well aware of it.
Little change will kill them.
Well aware of it. No, same. I'm well aware of it. Yeah, we know. That's why it is. And so, saw a few people saying, "Oh, don't rise to it, don't speak to them." But sometimes you've got to educate people, and they needed educating, and they've been educated. Or certainly whether they took that on board, who knows? But Ped's at least give him the information. If he runs with that sound, if he doesn't, well, he's been told. That's the way it is. It's easy to just go.
If he doesn't, mate, I know at least 83,000 people that'll attack him.
No, but that's the thing, isn't it? The thing is that you've got to be able to have the conversation to say, look, that is not right what you're saying. That's what it's about. It can't be. Like Ped said, we'll all call our football club if we feel like they're acting inappropriately, whatever they're doing.
Here's the thing. Where have they all been? Because we've all been calling our football club. All of us for what? Jesus Christ, right? Okay, I'm 46. I remember people saying they wanted to Ken right out when I was in Northern Ireland, early 2000s. So go ahead then. We've been calling our club out, mate. What are you fucking where have you been? Because he said to you, Ed, oh yeah, I speak to all these whatevers at Everton, and it was like, well, did they not know anything then? Because we've all been saying for years, Jesus Christ, come on, all we need is a little bit. We'd have gone King stock. We'd have been absolutely banging by now.
At the end of the day, it's where the story is, mate. And if they're not bothered, if Everton, we were frustrated and we knew that we needed changes at the football club. We knew we needed the board changing and the board wasn't up to scratch and all that. But to them, that ain't a story. So they're not harsh. We're not big enough. We're not big enough to cause them, to give them a real story. But Everton and administration and Everton, might have to sell these players and players they want to see move on. Then that becomes a story, doesn't it?
Right, I've got somebody nodding in the window.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Nice
all
one,
right,
mate. See you later.
Well done, Ped.
Cheers,
well
mate.
Done, Ned.
Thanks.
Well done, Ned, for lasting 90 minutes.
He was all right.
Well done, lads. And go ahead and you have a lovely night.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
Care, mate. Ta-ra, mate. Ta-ra.
Mate. Bye.
Mark says when are Emma and Ned going on a date? Because the sexual tension between them is insane. Emma, get in touch if you want to go on a date with Ned.
Get me digs in the comments.
Your dates. Robert, yes, we will be doing. There will be watch-alongs. All the information will be put out. I'd be Everton aren't interested in Bobby the Cordova Reed. So yeah, Ned, is there somebody else, is there?
Yeah, I'll get him in now.
Okay. Jesters says, love that Limpar shirt. What a player. Yeah, tremendous player. El Tel says, Darren McCanty put massive face in his place. Everton a bargain at 750 million. Massive club. Yeah, he did. Toffee boy says, imagine all of those players behind you in the same team. We've got Abby. Okay, Abby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Be loud and clear. What do you want to say, Ab?
The thing about Bobby De Cordova-Reid, I just read a rumour.
Yeah. Everton have dismissed it basically, but yeah.
No, I thought they had. I just couldn't remember if they had.
Yeah, no worries.
I thought I'd read something.
Yeah, no worries.
But the one I wanted to talk about was the young lad from Newcastle that was on loan at Feyenoord. Minter, I think his name is.
It is, yeah.
Cooper Minter.
Yeah.
I watched him a few times in Europe.
Yeah.
And on the Dutch league what's it called
the Eredivisie
program on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Do you think would be any chance of talking to Newcastle and seeing if we could get him on loan?
Well, there's always a chance, whether or not Newcastle.
Because yes, whether or not, I think it would all be dependent on whether Almiron stays.
Yeah, well,
because if Almiron doesn't stay, because there's been talk of him leaving, if he goes, then there'll be a space for a fourth forward, wide person, and obviously Minter plays on wide, doesn't he?
He does.
He's a winger, so
wide forward, yeah.
Yeah, but they might. I'm hoping they might think he needs another loan because he's still young, and might want to have a loan this year in the Premier League to see how he copes with that, because obviously it's a very different league to the Dutch league. And just because he managed in the Dutch league doesn't mean he'll manage in this league. It doesn't mean he won't either. It's just one of those, some do, some don't. Correct.
Isn't that depressing, though, that we're trying to get a player that Newcastle are unsure whether he can do it in the Premier League?
Yeah, it is. But unfortunately, it's where we are, isn't it? I also read a rumour, I don't know whether it's true, about the New England Patriots CEO being interested in buying into Everton.
Well, the owner, isn't it? Robert Kraft.
Yes, it's Robert Kraft, isn't it?
The Kraft family, yeah.
Is there any truth in that rumour?
Don't know. Honestly, don't know, Ab. Talked about it at lunchtime.
I was looking at his net worth, and his net worth, I think it's something like $11 billion, which works out at just over £8 billion that his net worth, which is obviously more than what Moshiri's got.
Yeah.
But it's whether anybody will buy into Everton with the current debt.
Yeah, I don't listen. I think that's not even real when people say that. The debt will stop people buying in. It's not an issue.
No. I don't think it is either. I'm just saying if we consolidated some of the debts. Well, obviously, some of the debt is to Moshiri, which will be written off anyway. But if we consolidated the debts to the other people into one, a debt consolidation loan or something, would people be more likely to take a bite, or would Moshiri have to lower his valuation of the club?
I'm not even sure it's about valuation of the club, to be honest, because he's effectively looking for someone just to take the club over. He's not looking. He's not looking to sell the club. He wants someone to just take the club. So, it's about him coming up with the right package. I imagine he'll want to retain some of the club for a different day to obviously get some sort of money back. I don't think he's going to walk away and go, that's it, I'm never seeing one penny back off Everton. I'm sure he'll want he'll want shares in it or something, but
he's a businessman at the end of the day. He would be stupid if he did that.
He'll want something, but it won't be the money that he's in for. Whether he just...
it won't be the majority stake like it is now.
No, I imagine he'll retain 10% or 15% of it or something, and he'll get a dividend or whatever, I don't know. Whether Ped spoke about this on Premier at lunchtime, about it's not as simple as just throwing all the debts in one bucket and going, right, we're just paying this back. So
I realise that. I realise it's not. I know enough about that type of thing because my dad, back in the banking crash in 2008, he had a very successful business that was still making north of 1.2 million a year at that point, but because a lot of his the creditors of his, the other companies that he the contractors, the smaller contractors that he used, went out of business. He had less cash flow.
Yeah.
So his business went into administration. So I understand about cash flow and things, and that it is the main issue at the moment for Everton is most likely cash flow.
It is for most businesses, to be honest.
Yeah. But I still think, as I've always said, I still think it's ridiculous that a football club can lose 35 million a year over a 3-year period, and still apparently be sustainable. Yeah,
it is. It's weird. It's mad because everyone should really operate towards zero. But when I've raised this, the answer you get back is that everyone works on debt, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. Everyone works on a small level of debt.
Well, to a football club, 105 million is probably a small level of debt.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, when you're making as much money as football clubs make.
Exactly.
Even if it's like Everton, who don't do enough commercially, they're still making enough, more money than most companies out there would be making.
Well, exactly. I mean, look at your assets should be on the pitch, shouldn't they? So realistically, if Everton sold Jared Brantwaite for 80 million and another player for 25 million, say, there's the 105 million on 2 players. So you're level, aren't you? You're naught again. So that's how you should operate, and you should have a squad of 20 of them players who are able to cover any of them costs. Plus you've got a stadium, plus you've got income, plus you've got sponsors. So realistically, it is mad because you're still allowing a business to lose £35 million a year. But the reality is, I mean, let's be honest, the reality is they all lose way above 105 million, like way above.
Of course they do.
It's just that you can just put things against the tax man and cut that right back down to 105. Yeah. So
look at Man United.
Exactly. You know, United are £1.4 billion in debt, plus everything else they owe. So, you know, Liverpool have 300 million, and Brighton, who everyone holds up, are 400 million in debt. Everyone's in debt.
And
Chelsea.
Selling their hotels to themselves.
Listen, everyone will look for ways around it. I imagine there's a handful of teams who aren't really in debt. If that many, everyone else operates at the debt level. But as long as they can afford the debt, then there's no issue for them, is there really?
No, there's not really.
So,
I think until the ownership situation is sorted, how easy is it going to be to put a permanent board in?
Well, you won't put a permanent board. I know Ped was saying they should, but they won't. So I wouldn't even. That's like saying Everton will spend 100 million this summer. It's just not going to happen. So
no, it's not.
I wouldn't even think about it.
It's going to be free transfers, loans, and maybe the odd low fee when we sell players. Because obviously we're going to have to a point, we're going to have to sell some of the people that are only have 1 year left on their contract if we're not going to give them new deals.
We don't know, do we? Don't know. They have to work, I suppose, in many ways that it's not business as normal as such, but they have to work to a budget that they've already set, I suppose. They have to know what kind of play they can bring in, obviously what market we're working in, what market we're not working in. Free transfers, loans, of course, and we already sort of know one of the UK loans is already filled with, looks like Jack Harrison. And you just have to cut your cloth. We're not going to go after huge money deals, are we? And if there's any players with money, they'll probably, I imagine, do what they did last season, which is defer the money to next summer if they can. And I don't know how many clubs will do work on that. That makes, obviously, who you can buy it'll make it a smaller pool that you can buy from. But I'm sure there's still some. I'm sure there's some will look at it like Udinese did last summer and say, well, if we can get more for that player, but we don't get some this summer, that's fine by us because we've got agreements in place to get it. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. And of course, if we do sell players, then maybe that opens it up a little bit. We've already been told that we will be selling players, but who those players are right now, Amadou Onana seems the most likely because it suits everybody. And of course, if he comes in, that'll ease some of the PSR burdens if he's sold before the end of this month. But there doesn't seem to be any kind of panic right now from the club. They don't seem to be panicking.
But perhaps we don't. The need to sell isn't as big as what the media say it is.
Well, the media, I would imagine, are putting 2 and 2 together of Everton 777's fallen through and Everton failed PSR last year. So they're putting 2 and 2 together and go, they're going to fail it this year. Therefore, they have to have a fire sale. And that's what, obviously, that was the issue with Sam Matter's face. That's what we were trying to say to him. And that's what they're getting. Whereas Everton are saying, no, we might need to sell players, but if we do sell players, we want the maximum value for them because that'll keep us out of the mess we're in right now. And that is logically the right way of looking at it. If Everton have to sell players, then you have to get the maximum amount for them, or somewhere not in between, but somewhere that means that we're doing very well out of it and we'll be safe for PSR this season and be safe for PSR next season. Because if you're going to sell one of your best players, you can't. How does it look if you're doing it on the cheap to your fan base? Oh, you sold one of our favourites and you only got a small fee for them. The fans will go absolutely mad. And if fans are going mad, then they're not buying stuff and they're not going to games and they're not spending money. And that becomes another problem then that Everton have to solve. So if that's the stance they've taken, then of course it's a brave one, and obviously it's an interesting one. So, and it feels like they're puffing out the chest a little bit as well, which is good. But whether they can actually hold that and actually stick with that is another thing, and that's the question mark now. You know, as we get closer to that 30th of June, that's where it becomes very, very interesting.
a sell-on clause in Onana's contract?
Is there, Baz?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Don't think so, because we've... Oh, sorry, from Lille. Yeah, I was thinking us. Yeah. Yes, there is, yeah.
Because obviously that would mean we'd have to pay whatever that is.
Yeah.
On top. And obviously he's only, 2 years into his 5-year contract, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there'll still be money outstanding to Lille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got to get at least 60, north of 60 million in order to make any money back off.
Well, not
small
really.
amount of profit ourselves.
No, not really, because Everton will have... They pay 30 million for him. 6 million a season. So they allow... Say, if you're doing it, still 18 million they allow on him. Say, for argument's sake. And this probably with the sell on, I don't know whether it was 20% or whatever. So if Everton sold him for 50 million, he'd probably clear 25 million on him, something like that. And that'll be enough.
Yeah.
That'll be enough for them only.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I do think Onana's the most likely to go.
He wants to go, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I don't see, unless there's a huge issue, I don't see DCL leaving, unless there's a huge issue with us not maybe being able to offer the wage he wants, because he seems happy here, and he's saying all the right things to say that he is, but actually also he's bound to be an ambitious player, and he's more likely, if he goes to a more stable club, he's more likely to get in Europe.
Definitely.
And he obviously has said he wants to play in the Champions League. He wants to play in the Champions League at some point, and he ain't doing that with us.
Nope.
He's very unlikely to be in the Conference League with us, to be fair, at the moment. with how things are at the club.
Yeah, it's fair comment.
And the fact we are at the moment with our squad, if we play well, we are a mid-table team.
Yeah. But again, can't really argue with that just right now, can you?
No. And I think that's what there are a lot of our fans that need to. There are a few of our fans need to recognise that we are at where we have finished in the last few years is probably 13th. I would say 12th or 13th with a good season would be good for us with our current squad. With the depth. We're not going to finish unless we have a really good season. We're not going to finish 10th.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't win for 4 months, and if we wouldn't have had 2 points deductions, we'd have been what? Yeah. We'd have been what? 1, 2, 3 points off 10th.
Yeah, we would have been had we not have had all those things. But somebody said that our friend Stefan Borson has been talking again.
Right.
And saying that we may take another points deduction so we can spend what we want, which is bollocks.
Well, it's massive bollocks.
We're not going to take another points deduction because we shouldn't have had one in the first place. Not to the level we did.
No, but you've got to see what... I mean, don't forget Manchester City. Whatever happens with them in the Premier League could change everything else.
They're trying to sue them, aren't they? They're taking legal action against them. So I've read whether that's actually true. They want to take... Their lawyers want to take legal action because they're saying half of the things aren't even reasons why they should be done under PSR.
Well, look at this one. Manchester City's legal battle with the Premier League has put the £900 million deal to help the EFL at risk. So it's going to get very, very messy, and therefore, if I'm Everton, I will be looking and thinking we've got a chance to put a legal claim in as well with the Premier League, especially if it goes City's way. I think it's just going to be it's going to be a watch this space. I think it's going to get very messy. It's going to get very messy. I'll be hiding if I was the Premier League.
Nice one, Ab.
Cheers, Ab. All right. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting times ahead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting times ahead. Emma says she thinks Dom will hold out if he can for a massive signing fee and walk for free. Maybe. I mean, it's a risky strategy for him. If he doesn't do well this season and he hasn't got anything lined up, he'll obviously always get a club, but we'll see. Everton Viking hates the simplified badge. Keep it for commercial stuff. Don't put it on the kit. Danny says new design for the club badge. Why not use the Bramley Moore Stadium one? Easily associated to Everton.
Because it's a stadium.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't, but each to their own. Everyone will see something different. Why have they got to have another new badge? Really, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyone else coming up with anything? Because if not, we'll just call it.
Yeah.
Where are we? Here. Toffee Boy says, what season do you think has produced our best ever squad? 84-85. Because we won everything.
Premier League era.
Premier League era. Best ever squad. Which?
What do you think better, 08-09 or 95-96 when they finish
as a squad?
08-09 or 95-96.
08-09, I think. Yeah. As a squad.
Kanchelskis the best player.
No, Kanchelskis was brilliant. He was what?
Best player out of the two teams. But better squad. 08-09.
Kanchelskis was unbelievable.
Never really had an amazing right winger before, did we? We had Pina on the left. But
He played there, didn't he? Arteta
played there at first.
He tried loads though, didn't he? Tried Morales,
tried
Donovan
a couple of times.
Trent even played out there he was on loan.
Billy ever play out there?
No, Billy was more off the left, wasn't he? But
you liked inverted ones though, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're always quite narrow because they're the fullbacks anyway.
Eugene thinks Branthwaite will leave and sign for United. Well, they're going to have to sell a few players because they can't afford them, Eugene. They're going to have to get rid of some players and get 80-90 million in. Tommy says Everton effectively had to find two with the money for the positions lost. Yeah, we absolutely did. And again, if Everton should be going after the Premier League for that once the house of cards falls, which it might do. We'll see. Sophie says apparently Everton are backing Man City in their case. Who said that? Because it's an unnamed club, isn't it? So I don't think at this moment Everton backing them because we haven't got anyone where we could go and get money from. So right, should we call it?
Yeah.
Right, we're going. No more callers. We are going. Like, subscribe, do all that. See you later. Bye.